Alright, so today we're going to be talking about decimals. What decimals are, what do they mean? But before decimals, we need to talk about what fractions are, which we have worked on already. So, fractions, this is how we can define them. We can just say part of a whole. Part of a whole is called a fraction. Let's just write it down.
Yeah.
Part of a whole.
Yeah.
Now, an example of part of a whole can be, let's just say, 2/3. Now, 2/3 of something. So let's say there is one whole of something, and then we split that, distribute that into 3 equal parts, and then we take 2 parts only. So that is the 2/3, like 2 parts out of 3 of the whole thing. So that is the concept of fractions. Let's not just talk about that. We have worked on that already. Let's talk about decimals. So decimals is, we can say, another way of writing or presenting fractions. Let's just write presenting with it. So another way of writing or presenting fractions. What I meant by that is, like, let's say there is a fraction 1/2. So 1/2 can be written as 0.5. Now you see 1/2 and 0.5 means the same thing. Both means a half. So it's the same thing. So 0.5 is another way of 1/2. Now just like that, 2/3, 2/3 is equal to 0.67, which is a rounded number. 6 is going on like forever. So 0.67 or 2/3 is the same thing. 0.67 is writing or saying of like another way of 2/3. Just like that. Let's just say 1/4, 1/4 can be written in decimal as 0.25. So 0.25 or 1/4 both means a quarter, fourth part of something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So both it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we say decimals.
Yeah.
Decimals are like another way of writing fractions. Now, let's talk about place values. So like we have worked on place values before of whole numbers. Let's say there is a whole number 314. So what is the place value of 4, 1 and 3? 4 is in the ones place, 1 is in the tens place, 3 is in the hundreds place. Right? So
yeah.
This is for a whole number. And now let's say we have a decimal number, like let's say 0.675. So then what are the place values? And you know what, let's just get rid of the 0 and let's write a whole number. Let's say 524. So to the left of the decimal point is called the whole number or the whole part. And then we have the places called like ones, tens and hundreds, and then to the left, I mean to the right of the decimal point is then that part is called fractional part. Fractional part. And fractional part is, you need to remember that it's always less than 1. .675 is less than 1, so you cannot say it as 675. You need to say it as 524.675. Saying it as 675 is wrong because it's less than 1. So if it's less than 1, then definitely it cannot be in 600s.
Okay.
Now let's talk about the places and the place values. So the first decimal place, like the first digit after the decimal point. So the first decimal place is called tenths with the th at the end, and then the second one is called, the second decimal place is called hundredths. Hundredths with the th at the end. and then the third digit after the decimal point or the third decimal place is called thousandths.
Teach.
With the th at the end. So whenever the th part is involved, then you need to know that it's fractional part and it means fraction. So let's just talk about the th fact a little more. So let's say we have a fraction that is 1 over 2. So 1 over 2 can be said or written as 1/2, or just a half. Or let's say there is another fraction 3 over 2 and the numerator is more than 1, so then we need to say 3/2. So when the numerator is more than 1, then we write the plural of the whatever is in the denominator. For the denominator 2, we use 1/2. So then you need to use the plural. Let's say there is another example. Let's see it for 3 now. So 1 over 3 can be then said or written as 1/3. And let's say if the numerator is more than 1, then we need to use the plural of the third. Let's say it's 2 over 3. So then for 2 over 3, we can write 2/3. 2/3, like plural of the third. So for 2 and 3 is done. Okay, now let's see it for 4. So 1 over 4 can be said or written as 1/4. And let's say if the numerator is more than 1, then we need to use the plural of the quarter. Let's say 3 over 4. So then it can be said or written as 3/4. 3/4 with the s at the end. See, plural of the quarter. So this is for 2, 3, and 4. So you just look at the denominator, you write the word specific for it, and if the numerator is more than 1, then we use the plural of that word. So like third and thirds, and then quarter and quarters, like that. Now, any other number other than these 3 numbers, the 2, 3, and 4, we just write th at the end. So let's say for 5. So 1 over 5 would be then 1/5. See, th at the end, 1/5. And as the numerator is just 1, so 5th, no s at the end. And let's say if the numerator is more than 1, I'm just writing 2, it could be anything. Then we need to write 2/5 with the s at the end. That's how you make the plural here, 5ths. Now it could be anything, like the denominator, whatever it is. Just need to add an th. You just need to add the th at the end. So like sixths, something sixth, something sevenths, something eighths, something ninths, something tenths.
Yep, got it. Yep, got it.
Something hundredths and thousandths, and so on. So each and every digit, each and every place here is the th with it. So that means it's a fractional part. You got that by now, right? So 6/10ths, and then 7/100ths, and then 5/1000ths. So that means like 7/100ths is a very small number. 5/1000ths is a very small number. It's like 5 or 1,000. Too small.
Okay.
So that's why it's a fractional part and less than 1.
Yeah.
So that was a brief intro of decimals. This is what decimals are. Is there any question?
No, I got it. No, I
That's
got it.
good. Right then. That'll be all.